Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Find Me Medium and online live psychic readings. Thank you so much, Veronica Jenkins. Goes without saying, what a beautiful soul. She's doing amazing for so many souls around the world. So long may it continue. Thank you so much, Veronica. And of course, to Stacey and their support team. So we've got some live readings coming up. Please, whatever you do, a lovely welcome to you. Hi, Andrea Rees and Catherine Johnson. Hello, good evening, or wherever you are. Nice to see you. Nice to have you with us. I'm Beth Jackson. Thank you for joining us. So we're just going to go straight into it. It is readings. Just relax. Please, if all I can ask is, please don't tell me any information in the chat about any family member who you might want to hear from. But please, if you will, try and be fast to respond to me because I wait fairly quick and I want to keep the energy going. Spirits here already present, okay, waiting to get started. So please, if you've got any responses, put them as quickly as you can. Hi, Karen, Tadman Menpes, and Patrick. Hi, Patrick. Thanks for joining us. Linda Swan. Linda, I'm going to come straight to Linda over, mate. Thanks, Patrick. Hi, Linda, from New Zealand. Oh, okay then. Now then, Linda, what I'm sensing here is a lot of apprehension. Okay, so I've got spirit, I've got a gentleman stepping forward as we're making this connection. Okay, and he's showing me yourself or somebody just sitting, gazing out of the window, staring into space, wondering what's coming, wondering what my next move is going to be. And I've got this feeling of apprehension inside me. Okay, thank you so much. But I've got so much positive energy, what this gentleman's bringing, Linda, okay? Just masses. All I can say is a huge or enormous amount of positive energy to lift you up, okay? It's showing me two items. One is looks like it's three. There's a ring belonging to somebody. There's not a necklace, the opposite, a chain, wristband, and a watch, okay? And he's mentioning this watch, and he's talking about time. It's time now, he's saying, for you to do what you wish. Okay, Linda. Quick hello to Nettie and Mark and Nimira. Hello, thanks for joining us. Linda, so, and it's like you can't get your words out because I've got a lump in my throat, and I want to say something, but I just can't release it, and he wants you to release it, okay? And start communicating. Now, before I came on, Spirit did say there was going to be spiritual guides was going to be stepping forward for different people. And one's just come straight in, and it's a male guide, and he's saying, you've been asking about your guide. You've been talking. They're showing me you talking to somebody, a friend or family member here on the earth, where you've been talking about your spiritual guide, wondering and asking who it is, and how can I connect, etc. Okay. Does all that make sense to you, Linda? Okay. Yes. Right. But this positive energy, I want to go back to this positive energy, what this gentleman is bringing, because it's raising you up, it's lifting you up from where you are, okay? And the smile, somebody keeps smiling or laughing. All I want to do is start smiling and laughing, Linda. So I know you remember, or somebody remembers your smile, vice versa, whichever one it is, because I just want to smile. And now I've got a lady who stepped in behind me, and she's putting cold shivers down my spine. So when you get this condition, she's telling me, when you get this condition, you can relate to this lady, who this lady is. It's got to be a mother. I'm feeling very strong that it's a mother, Linda, okay? What they're saying is wipe the table. It's like I'm pulling it, I can see a tablecloth, a white tablecloth, and there's memories of somebody's home you used to go to where they had a certain tablecloth, and you can see it in your mind's eye. And they're using it symbolically. This tablecloth is being stretched tight, so it's a clean sheet for you. Okay, are you still with us, Linda? Are you okay? Hi Ava, hi Joe, hi Deanna, and Effie Link. Hi Link, Effie, and Rosalind Crump. So okay, Onessa, hello, thanks for joining us. So I'm just going to keep firing away, okay? And I've been drawn to Effie. I've got to come to Effie. Linda, thank you so much. It's lovely to have you with us, okay? Take all their love. this lady, your mum, quickly, she's saying, just she knows I'm there with her, Colin. She knows I come around her, but she questions it sometimes. And they're all saying, including your spiritual guide, it's time for you to not just step on the spiritual path because you're on it, but trust your truth and your connection with spirit and start opening it up, Linda. Okay. Thank you so much. Effie, can I come to Effie? I'm sure it's Effie. Hello, thanks for joining us. Oh, now then. Effie, I've been told there's been a condition recently because I've got tears. Okay. And it sounds terrible just to say it so loosely. So please, I don't mean to be come across as so cold. But I've just all of a sudden I just felt my face was just flooding with tears. Okay. And they're talking about release. It's a time of release, Effie, and transformation for you personally, okay? And also talking about the energies, what's moving around you. And it's like you're having to readjust everything at the moment on different levels and different facets, okay? And Spirit, one of you guys is saying, this is going to be almost impossible, but ask her to try and start to enjoy this journey. Because often you feel like you're under pressure and you've got to be here, you've got to be there, you've got to do this, and you've got to do that, okay? I hope that makes sense. So I'm just going to say hello to Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining us. Lovely to have you with us. Hello. So, Effie, right. It's like sometimes they've put me in a canoe, okay? And this is you. It's the placing you into a canoe. And they're using the word canoe specifically because I'm watching a Native American Indian handmade canoe, okay? So I know there's Native American Indian connections with you, Effie, okay? And I'm seeing it, and it's beautiful because I don't know where I am in America, but I'm moving through the rivers along in this canoe. And this is you. And what the guide is saying is sometimes, two things. Sometimes you feel like you're rowing alone, okay? And you're putting all the effort in, and it's like a long, arduous slog, okay? And at the same time, what he's saying is, please, whatever you do, just keep going because you're not, and you know you're not. We know Spirit are with you, okay? And I'm very much aware that you're aware of Spirit, okay? I'm getting trance brought in, but we'll come to that in a minute. The canoe aspect I want to stick with, or they wish to stick with, because it's very symbolic of your journey, okay? There'll be times and moments when you'll feel totally alone, and there'll be times where you'll be overloaded and bombarded with people around you, okay? And you're constantly trying to get this balance between them both. I don't like the word balance, I prefer equilibrium, but you're trying to constantly get this balance. What your guide is saying, in them alone times, come to me. Forget everything, just come to me, switch off to everything and everyone. Just come to me, i.e. through meditation or contemplation and giving yourself time, okay? There's a journey coming up because I can see you traveling somewhere, and potentially, I don't know if there's a train and a plane, but I can definitely see a journey somewhere. And I keep getting drawn to the Grand Canyon or Colorado landscape, Effie. I don't know why I get that, okay? But that's it. And I also want to bring in, for some reason, I want to bring in Japan, okay? And I've the Spirit is saying, don't open that one up, Colin, just leave it completely, okay? She'll know what that is, or she'll find what it is, okay? We're going to be there wiping those tears with you, okay, until they've all gone. It's so important. There's somebody on the other side who's taken the transition, okay, recently, and they want to convey their love back to people here on the airplane, Effie, okay? And say that they're obviously okay. They've made that transition safely. They're in the light with the family and their loved ones, okay? And now we wish people to celebrate their life rather than mourn and grieve over them, if that makes sense. And I've got to pull back. I would love to carry on with this one because they're in quite strong. Trance, just before they've just reminded me regarding trance, Effie. Trance, there's many variations of trance out there at the moment. Please, whatever you do, find a good group or person, okay? Investigate them seek them out, watch them, study them, and research and enter, because you've got the capacity to go into trance. But they want you to do it in a certain manner, okay? And it's beautiful, because as I'm sitting here now, I'm feeling that beautiful warm energy of spirit closing in on me, and I know that you get this feeling when spirit come close. I've got to stop the stopping, otherwise we'll carry on. Effie, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that helps. And watch that night sky, because it's beautiful, they just said. And they're laughing while they're saying it. So I know you do it. To Rosalind, Karen, hi Rebecca, hi Bernie Gay, and Maxine Roselet. Okay. I've just got to go with the flow, so I'm going to go to Maxine Roslute, if that's okay at the moment. Sorry. Maxine. Oh, as I'm looking at you, Maxine, or looking at your name, they've got me focusing on your name. And there was a specific reason why you was named Maxine. They're talking to me. They're telling me, okay. I've got a lady here, possibly your mother or grandmother. Feels quite strongly that it's your mother, to be honest. Please don't put these two together if they're not. And it's a common name, but I still have to give it. I've got the name Mary and Margaret, okay, from the world of spirit, not here, in spirit, okay. Now then, what they're saying to me and what the impression I'm getting from them as I'm sensing they're coming around, and they're coming around you, Maxine, okay, and they're lifting you. It's like your mind is ascending, okay. And as they're doing this to me, somebody's trying to speak here. As Maxine, somebody's joking about their false teeth or no teeth, or something going on with their teeth, okay. Please try and respond as quick as you can, and I'll just keep it going. But as my mind is being ascended, I'm watching a dog. They're bringing a dog. So I know there's a dog what belonging in the family now in spirit, and I'm watching this gentleman walking alongside this dog. So I know there's memories where a male person used to walk the dog. Okay. Now, as I'm talking, we're zooming in. For some reason, they're taking me into a kitchen, potentially yours or somebody else's. But it's when I'm in the kitchen, my mind wanders. And I believe this is how you are. It's like I'm slipping, my mind's just slipping away into that hazy daydream state. And spirit saying, that's when we come, Colin. Okay. I do know, I've got to say to you, there's somebody very, very close to you just coming in at this minute, Maxine. And I know there's profound emotional connection to this person. I wanted to say gentleman, okay, between you both, okay. And all I'm hearing is word, I love you. I love you. They really want to know, want you to know how much they really love you, Maxine. Okay. And you are not on this path alone. In that deep, dark loneliness, what you feel sometimes, we are there, they're saying, okay. And we're raising you up. And this is possibly why they're raising you up, because they want you out from where you are in your mindset and emotions, if that makes sense. Now then, don't know what Canada means to you, but they've just thrown in Canada connections, okay. I've got the name Barry. Please play. If I give anybody's names, just play some to anybody you may have known or you do know. Okay. But I've got the name Barry, and I want to go back because I want the name Grace, Maxine, as well. Somebody is called Grace. And as Spirit's drawing a bit closer, and this person who's in, it's like I want to sit and have a conversation with you all over again. And I want to let you know that they do listen to you. They know your thoughts and they do listen to you. Okay. And I can see you, they're showing me you sitting on the sofa to the left side of the sofa as I'm looking at it. And you're just sitting there. And in that dream, hazy state, even though you do it in the kitchen, there's a moment you're sitting on that sofa and you're communicating mentally to spirit. And they pick your thoughts up. They're standing right next to you, Maxine, okay? And talking back to you and just bringing that soothing energy around you. I've got to move on because, let me just see if there's anything else. Bridge, will you watch for a bridge, Maxine? There's something very specific about a bridge, okay? I haven't got time. They won't allow me enough time to open this up and say what's going on with this bridge. And I just don't want to say anything loosely about it, but Okay, it's part memory. Okay, a very specific bridge with a memory, and I've got to leave that at that. Maxine, thank you so much. So I'm just going to fly through these names and see who spiritual. Oof, let's have a look. Sue Lockwood. Hi, Sue. Sue Lockwood. Oh, now then. Thank you so much for joining us, Sue. Are you still with us? Oh, I love these names flying up. Thank you so much, Veronica. Right, let's have a look. Is Sue Lockwood still with us? Let's just see. If not, I'm going to have to move on. Thank you, Maxine. Take them cards, Maxine. Put them cards in front of you, lay them out and just play around with them cards. Soon, she's here. Right, hi, Sue. Right, let's have a drink. So, reason why I've just had to do that, because I've got memories. Somebody used classic English stuff. People sitting around the table having a cup of tea, and I've got memories. I've got London connections with you, Sue, for some reason, been brought in. Okay. And I've got somebody who's stepping forward. I feel like it's a gentleman, but I feel it might not be your father, it might be a grandfather, because I feel very upright and straight, and I'm direct. In fact, sometimes I'm overly direct. Sometimes, when I said something, I could have held my tongue, he's saying, okay. But that was the way life was in them days. Now I'm dressed in a army suit, okay. So I know there's connections going back in the family, Sue, with a gentleman who was in the army, and this gentleman came back from the war, okay. Well, there's a lot of memories going back in your family with military and the wars. Would this make sense, Sue? Okay, please answer just yes. It's only yes or no. That's all I need. Okay. Sorry about this. Right, he's got me to pause. Okay, Sue, would you understand where at the moment you're feeling like there's a pause going on in your life, and you're kind of just looking around, wondering which move to make next? Because the pause in you, this is spirit getting you just to pause a moment. Okay, so please, they're saying, tell her not to be concerned, Colin. Okay. They're showing me something quite interesting. I'm aware you've got an interest more than just a simple interest in spirit, okay? And I'm aware there's communication between you and spirit taking place. They're showing me that connection, that link, okay? But there's a specific area of spiritualism or the philosophy or the teachings, what really pulls you and magnetizes you and draws you, okay? And I'm seeing you sitting in a group or a space where the spirit communication, circle, whatever it is, spirit communication taking place. And it's like it fits you like a glove. And they absolutely love it. You feel so comfortable in that area of spiritual teachings. Okay. And by doing that, it's really inspiring spirit to work with you. Okay. So whatever you do, there's a slight, I don't want to say, I'm waiting for the right word. What I'm hoping they're going to give me. Inspiration. There's a slight inspiration to please whatever you do. Don't be distracted from the path. Okay. And I've got to be quiet at that because it's really important. Okay. Now then, I believe I've got your mother here. You've got a lady figure. Okay. You're open set. Right. I could see you sitting in that circle. So I believe it's your mum or your mother, okay? And there was no flies on her. She could look at somebody or look at a situation and read it quite clearly, quite quick as well. Her instinct and intuition was quite sharp. And it's almost like, I don't want to say you've inherited it, but you've got this capacity as well in that respect. So, okay, I'm laughing. The way they do it, the way they work. And I can hear somebody screaming, going, what about my material life? What about my material life? And spirit's laughing, going, and overriding it and going, there's no time for the material life now. Just keep on your spiritual path. and the material will sort itself out. Okay. No, I hate giving business papers or official papers, but it's brought in, it's here, and I've got to give you it. So I know there's some kind of to and fro or backwards and forwards with some officialdom and papers and communication. Okay. And Spirit's looking over that. So, right. They want to confirm that you have seen and met your guide. And please don't let anybody convince you otherwise, because your guide has just stepped in and said, she's questioning it, Colin, because other people have been saying whatever they say, respectfully. But they don't want you, he doesn't want you to be distracted. You have seen them and you are aware of that particular guide, Sue. Okay, I've got to go. Boom, let's keep moving. Thank you so much, Sue. Lovely to have you with us. Let's have a look then. Oh, Dolores, can I come to Dolores, please? Dolores Franz. Hello, full moon today. Is it today? Is it full moon? Oh, of course it is. Is it Saturday? Oh, right then. Forget it. Right, guys, time is not speeding up. Trust me. It is not time what's speeding up. Time is staying exactly as it's always stayed. We are speeding up. Where the ascension process is a quickening. Okay. So it's our mind is vibrating faster, beginning to vibrate faster beyond what we understand time to be. Dolores, hello, Dolores. Don't know why I had to throw that one in. Oh, Dolores, thanks for joining us. It's like sometimes I'm feeling like I go round and round and round in circles. Okay. And it's like I just want to stop and I want to breathe and I want everything just to leave and fall off me. And it's like, okay, let me just rest in this space. Let me just, because of the mental activity, my thoughts and feelings, what ripen and coming up, and Spirit are just bathing you in this wonderful love, this loving energy, Dolores, okay? It's absolutely beautiful as I'm watching it. Right. There's a very strong memory connected, sentimental value with somebody who is just clearly showing me a ring, okay? They're just saying, just tell her about the ring, Colin, please. Okay, so I know there's a strong connection between yourself and somebody in spirit with this ring. And they're saying, you don't need to mention anything else. She already knows who I am. Okay, she knows I'll come around her. I want somebody who likes drawing or doodling, or even further, we can even go into the art aspect. Okay. So they're encouraging that inspirational and creativity to come around you, Dolores. Okay. To want to say a huge thank you, because I know there's been a charity aspect at some point in your life where you have just had this most profound, sincere commitment to help others at some point in your life, whether you worked in a charity or as a charity in a charity aspect. But they want to say a huge thank you for that, Dolores, because of that kind heart you've got towards others. Okay, sorry, I need to cough. Right. Now then, I do want a gentleman who's come over and is holding your hand. Okay, I want the name Bill or William. Doesn't have to be the person I'm speaking of, but I definitely want the bit where, and I want, wow, I want the name Garrett or some Garrett, because because I'm almost American connections with this, Dolores. Okay, because I've got seen from the Wild West, and I want to say Wild Bill Hickok or whatever it is. Okay, right. Oof, and I'm seeing this clash between Indians and cowboys for some reason. So something going back in your ancestors, going back through your ancestors, there's talk and memories of certain experiences and events. Okay. Somebody's just called out and said, you're like a chip off the block. So your thinking, your mannerism, your character, your personality, Dolores, is very, very similar to somebody in spirit. Okay. And we know we shouldn't be proud, but they're very proud of you. Okay. Please, whatever you do, put your feet up, rest them feet, because I know there's condition with your legs and your feet. So they're saying, just tell her to rest them feet, Colin. Okay. And tell her not to think about, you know, you've got lots of time, Dolores, okay? Lots and lots of time. And sometimes over the years, you've smelt like odors, perfumes, aftershave, scents, that type of thing coming around you, okay? I've got to leave it at that so I can keep going. Dolores, thank you so much for joining us. Right then, Bernie Gear. Okay, what are we doing for time? Okay, we can start speeding up a bit more. Bernie, hello Bernie, thank you for joining us. I've got somebody in spirit saying to me, Colin, I'm so pleased they've come on. Okay, it's like spirit guided you to come here tonight. I don't know what was going on, Bernie, because it's almost as if you could have been distracted, or you could have gone somewhere else or done something else. But for some reason, they've got you to, I don't know, switch the computer on or do whatever you're doing. Okay, would you understand this? It's like you was going to go off doing something else, but something stopped you and got, no, I need to go on this for some reason. Okay. Just please, yes or no, if you can, Benny, as quickly as possible. I've got a gentleman here, and he's just placed me in a tie and suit. Well, it's definitely a tie, okay. And he's like doing his tie up, so he's dapper and smart, okay. There you go. See, he's going to watch TV. TV, guys, a TV. I'm going to say is opium for the masses. It's called programming for a reason. Okay. But however, Benny, sorry, I've got this gentleman here, and he's got this tie, and he keeps pulling this tie up. Okay. Right. Thank you. And this, hang on, sorry, I need to clear my throat because he's trying to get in. Now then, he may have been a smoker, or somebody else was a smoker, because that cough I've just had was as a result of too much smoking or a condition around my throat, Bernie. Okay, if it's not, forget the condition of the smoking. But somebody had quite a strong condition with the throat. I'm bordering on saying a cancerous condition, to be honest. So, but I know there was a cancer condition. Right, thank you, because it's like, right, okay then. And he smokes a lot. Oh, well, he's one of my best mates if he did that. Okay then, I'll cope with the coughing. Anyway, it's making my eyes water. So, okay. He's just walked straight over to you, Bernie. Okay, he's approaching you, he's coming over to you. He's took your hand, he's took your right hand. If for some reason he's got his right hand showing and your right hand, and he's just got your right hand, and he's come around the side of you and put his hand around you and give you a big hug. So, right, that's why I've got them both then, the cancer throat and the coughing, and right. So, because the holding of hands is very, I've lost the word, doesn't matter, poignant. Because I believe you held somebody's hand before they went to spirit, Bernie. Okay. And that person has just stepped forward, forced his way through, but in a really nice way. When I say force, I don't mean aggressively or anything like that. Very strongly come through. And I'm still trying to clear my throat. And just said, I'm here. I'm here. It's like, you wanted to talk to us. What do you want to tell us? Your mum's hand. Absolutely beautiful, Bernie. Okay. All three of them were zoomed in then. Okay. And it's like, we want to talk to you as well. Okay. It's so lovely to have you with us. For some reason, they've been trying to get your attention, Bernie. Okay. And your mind wanders off and you go off doing other things. I don't know what it is, but they're laughing their head off. And they're going, we're so pleased we've got a Colin. Okay. Right then, I want a condition with my legs connected with one of them. We've already given the cancer connection. Okay. I want the chest condition also. And it's like, but I just want to come to life. There's a lot of life around you, Bernie. Okay. When these folk was around, there was so much life and activity. And they're saying, they know it's changed. They know beautiful. I'm so pleased. It's like, it's almost as if they're your saviors now, if that makes sense. They're not, it sounds too extreme, but They inspire you. They your inspirers, Bernie. Okay, right. And it's needed. This dog keeps coming at me on the right side. So I know there's a dog with them in spirit, Bernie. Well, at least one of them. Okay. And the gentleman is tipping his hat. So sometimes this gentleman would have wore a hat. Okay. And I'm drifting. Whoever this one who is in Bernie at the minute, I'm in bed. I'm in a bed and I'm drifting towards spirit. Okay. And this one, I feel like one went very fast. Okay, but this one was in, it was a bit slower, and I'm just drifting slowly. Yes, well, the dog was in this drifting state of, as I'm going to spirit, you're there with me. And I'm feeling so blessed and so grateful that you're present with me before I went to spirit. Okay. And this is who that person is speaking, Bernie. I'm just so grateful that you was there present. And I can never, ever repay the thanks and gratitude for everything you did. And they want you to embrace this, Bernie. Okay. For some reason, I know I gave somebody talking about the kitchen earlier, but for some reason they brought a kitchen in again. Okay. I don't know if you're planning something with new doors or new car. I don't know what's going on. But they're laughing about it. Okay. You will never, ever, ever be alone, Bernie. Ever. Okay. Bless you so much. It's almost as if she wants to speak through me, Bernie. And she's saying, I am just so grateful. I am just so, I was fortunate, she's saying, to have such a beautiful daughter as you. And I'm going to pull back because they know this energy is quite absolutely amazing energy. Okay. Benny, thank you so much. Just let them come around, let them embrace you. Okay. Forget the rest of the world. Saying we can't take anything with us anyway. We can't even take the worries and woes. Forget the lot. Okay. And just feel our presence and we're there. Okay. Extremely humbling. Bernie, thank you so much. What a beautiful experience. And there's so much more that I want to say. There's so much that could just sit here and talk to you all day and all night. Okay. And when you feel that rush and building up of just that beautiful, tingling, warm energy, okay, just let it carry on. Let them, that's them coming closer and closer and closer, Bernie. And just, you don't even need to enjoy it. Just allow it to be and feel that blissful state of their light within and around you. Okay. And try and get a good night's sleep. Benny, thank you so much. And thank you to your beautiful family on the other side. Thank you, guys. This is beautiful stuff. So I'm going to come to Patrick. Hi, Patrick. Hopefully Patrick's still with us. Well, we're 34. Yes. All right. Now I keep wanting to speed up and they like Patrick. Let's see if he's still watching. Let's have a look. Anyway, Patrick, just when if you've moved on and you watch this later, I just want to say all I keep seeing is in big letters is time. It's time, Patrick. Okay, and you've been umming and ahhing and questioning and doubting and God knows you've been going around in circles. I don't know what you've been doing about this lot. Well, it's all over to do with one thing, and they're going, it's time now, and it's like, and the answer is yes. Go for it, Patrick. Okay, right then. And I'm leaving it at that because I've got a feeling they want to fly through people. Rebecca Whelan. Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for joining us. Okay. I'm seeing a deck of cards spread in front of you, Rebecca. So I believe you've got different cards. okay, tarot or angels or whatever. And as I was going to go through the list, oracle cards, they've paused me at the angel cards. And what they're inspiring, Rebecca, is they're aware of certain material conditions around you. And they're saying, right, let's put them into place and let's ascend and let's get to the angelic realms, because there's an angelic energy working around you. Now, believe me, I don't dish angels out. This is ridiculous what's going on the planet at the minute. Everybody's got angels. It's like, well, you know, it's like, I think everybody needs to calm down a little bit and just get it in perspective. But that's my opinion. Grumpy. I know it sounds grumpy, but that's not me, actually. It must be somebody else coming in. Somebody was grumpy up there then. There you go. Because it paused me at the angel cards, Rebecca. Please, whatever you do, somebody wants to say, just get everything out of the way and just blast them. Just take off with those cards. Use them as a springboard, okay, to spirit field, mentally, your energetic field of energy, your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, whatever you're wishing. Use those cards as a springboard, okay, to the spirit world, because they're there ready to catch you and take you even further, okay. I've got to bring channeling in, okay, and I want you to look closely at channeling, what it is, how it works, etc. Okay, and I've got to say bye-bye. I've got to finish with that because I know they're just going to fly through. Momo Emma. Hi, Momo. Right then. Can I come to Momo, please? I'm just going to, what I've got is, I've had to put my hand on my chest with yourself, Mo, okay? And I know there was somebody in spirit when there was on the airplane, I want to say deeply religious, okay? They had such a strong religious belief, okay? And they're coming forward just to say hello, just to say hi, okay? To just take any worries or concerns away, but also to just inspire you, Momo. I don't know what to call you, Mo or Momo Emma, or Momo, okay? But please take their inspiration. They're around you, right? And I'm going to keep going because now we're going to go to, I've just seen that name. Where's it going? Karen Tadmes. Tadman. Are you still with us, Karen? Okay, I'm going to fire away with this because Karen, this is for Karen Tadman. I have got a lot of people around me at the minute, Karen, and from the world of spirit. And there's a gathering taken. They're talking about a gathering. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining us. Oh, I'm so pleased it didn't clear off. Right. So I've got a lot of people coming from spirit around me, but quite a big group of them actually. And they're talking about a gathering to come. Okay. I've also got to give you October. Doesn't matter whether that's a gathering or not, but I've got October for whatever date it is. Please, you know, if there's a birthday or time passing, and they're taking me straight on top of Christmas into December, and I'm a couple of days around Christmas Day, and somebody, I want to say somebody was lost many years ago or previously, somebody was lost around the Christmas time, and it just obviously clearly devastated the whole festive period at that time. Okay, that person's coming through. They've got me to pause on the word loss. Now, I don't normally say I've had a loss or we've lost somebody, okay, because nobody was ever ours in the first place for us to lose. And I know that might sound a bit sharp, but that's the logic of the spiritual teachings. We never really have anybody to lose. But in this case, if we use the word loss, it wasn't through the circumstances. I want to say the circumstances of that loss was right. Thank you. And I want to say the circumstances was different for some reason, Karen. Okay. Anyway, that person, your brother, is here. Okay. If he's your brother, then because everything changed. That's an interesting date, by the way. Okay, because he's standing behind me and he's smiling. He's just stepping a bit closer and he's smiling. And he's going, tell her about my grin, Colin. She'll know. Tell her about my grin, my smile. that connected. There was a connection with the grin and the smile. Okay, we're not going to go off on one where you was like mischievous as kids or anything like that. Okay, even though you probably was at some point because he's telling me he was. Okay, and he was a beautiful character. Okay, and he had, I want to say, he had a really fantastic sense of humor, Karen, as well. But it was his own sense of humor. Okay, and not everybody took to him, but not everybody takes to anybody, do they? So that's part of the parcel. He's pointing at the moment now. He's going, Colin, now, talk about now, tell her about now, because what's going on with her and where she is at the minute is what she's like worried or wants to know about in right this minute. Okay, and it keeps coming into the now. And what he's trying to say is try and bring your thoughts into the present, Karen, rather than the past or the future or in any other direction. Bring your thoughts into the now, into this moment. Okay, and it's not easy to do. It is not easy to do by being present, okay, in the moment. But this is where spirit want you, okay. I can't believe the amount of you guys what use tarot and angel and all sorts of cards, because I'm seeing cards again. Okay, Karen, I've got to give you a spiritual guide as well. Okay, and again, I know there's been conversations. This guide stepping forward. Okay, and I'm looking at him. In fact, I've got to give you two. One is a tall gentleman and one is an Oriental Eastern gentleman. Okay, and they've just gone, say no more, Colin, and cut that connection because they want you to go away and get his mind into the present and think of those guys. But your brother and the rest of them are sending all their deepest regards to you, Karen. Okay, and they're laughing and they're going, there's only one way. Okay, once we're in the present, we're facing we're facing the front for a reason, because that's the direction we're supposed to be going in, not that way. Lots of love, Karen. Thank you so much. Hope everybody's okay. I think lovely to have you all here with us. Now then, I've just got to let's see if I can go through some of these names. For those who's just joined us, thank you so much for joining us. It's beautiful to have you with us. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, Charlene Shaz. Oh, thank you so much for these names flying up there. Better. It's better for me. Charlene Shaz. Hello, Charlene. Now then, I'm just waiting for this interaction to sort itself out here. Okay, in a polite way. Charlie, I've got somebody who's coming in now, male person coming in. I want the name Bob and Robert from somewhere, but I've got a male person coming in. I wish we was could see people live sometimes, because as he's coming close and stepping through me, it's like he just wants to look at you again. It's like my eyes, he's using my eyes to stare at you. Yes, I'm a medium. Ah, yes, my dad. It's your dad, right? If you're a medium, you should know better. You shouldn't tell me that you're a medium. just a bit psychic humor. It's all right. It's your dad then, because your dad is like, I want to see you again, Colin. I just like to come through and I like to look at it. And there's so much going on, Charlene, with this connection and others and spirit. Okay, because I want to give you, and I'm not even going to use that word. I'm going to use the correct words. They're bringing clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, okay? And it's like refining these senses. They're talking about refining these senses, okay? Funny enough, they've just reminded me of, and I'm not plugging here. I've done a book. It's right next to me actually. So if anybody, the A to Z Index of Spiritualism, and for some reason they just brought me to this book. Okay, and it's like they stood you on it. It's like I could see you. Your dad's like just put you on that book, standing on it, because it's an amazing aspect for. I mean, don't ignore me. I'm not blowing the trumpet or anything like that. There's so much information in it, but it's connected to one thing, Charlie, a spiritual foundation. And they're talking about you working on a spiritual foundation and getting it as solid. It's like you've really been determined on your path to make your foundation as solid as anything. Okay. And they absolutely love it. Your dad's almost like leapt out of me and just jumped at you and just hugged you. Okay. And he's going, I ain't going, Colin. I'm not going nowhere. It's like, no matter what anybody says, I am not going nowhere. Okay. And it's like, as he's hugging you, he would squeeze the life out of you. That's how strong this is at the minute, Charlie. Okay. I've got to bring in, I wish you went to tell me your medium, but I've got to bring in vibrations and frequencies. Dive deep into them, okay, and they will unravel. Because as you're going inside yourself, Charlene, new worlds are opening up for you before your inner eye, your inner sight, okay? New worlds are opening up for you, and it's changing your life, and it's going to change your life even more. I can honestly sit here and say this. I'm not going to. There's a big change coming, Charlene, and you will be a part of it. Okay. Thank you. That's the one. And they're like rubber stamping it for you. It's like they're confirming it for you. Okay. Now then, now they've just whisked me to other frequencies, and I want to start talking about altered states and the frequencies of the higher self. Okay. And they're really encouraging you to move your awareness to the other frequencies of your higher self. And remember, please, the higher self is not a singularity, it's not one. We have an absolute infinite number of frequencies and vibrations of our higher self. Okay. Every time we move our mind, we hit a frequency. We'll move again, there's another frequency. And these are all frequencies of awareness. This is really interesting. I'm going to say this during a message. But Spirit are saying this is where we want it. We want it on those higher frequencies, okay, and pure frequencies, because there's beings waiting to connect with you, Charlie. And it's going to blow your mind. So Trip the Light, fantastic. Your dad says, I love you so much. I love you so much. I don't think you was there, getting the impression you wasn't around when he passed to spirit. And he's saying, part of him, he went, I am so sorry, Colin, about it. And at the other side, he's going, but hey-ho, it is. And I do know someone on the airplanes uses that word, hey-ho, or you've heard it previously with somebody using it. But he's saying, she knows how much we all love her, not just me, okay? Sort them chakras out, trick them chakras, Charlene. Do it your way with spirit. Bring spirit in and go, show me the way through these chakras. And they'll show you. I absolutely love the energy, what's going on with you, Charlie. Absolutely stunning stuff. Last thing, just before I finish, there's a one specific guide, and you can see what I'm doing. And I don't self-elevate, I don't elevate anything, but unless spirit guides me to. There's a one specific guide, okay? And when you connect, the magic will when you connect fully, not really, because you're already connected. When you connect fully, all he's saying is the magic will happen. Thank you so much, Charlene. Absolutely beautiful energy, this one. Well, they're all beautiful. I can't be biased, can I? Thank you so much. Mel Wellins. Charlene, lots of love to you. And from your dad and everybody in spirit. Somebody just shouted, just before I finish, Charlie, somebody just shouted, no, you forgot me, Colin. A lady's come up from the back. She's been so polite. There's a lady. She's not telling me who she is. She's got fairish, mousy coloured hair, but she's just stepping forward and she's going, to let her know I've been here tonight as well, Colin. Okay. And I've just had the thought that you've just twigged who she is. And that's all what that was needed. Thank you so much, Charlene. I was going to go to Mel Wellins, I think. Mel, are you still with us, Mel? How are you doing for time? 10 minutes, right? Okay. Let's see if Mel's still with us. No? Okay, then let's have a look. Let's just go. Oh, she was there. Mel Wellens. Hi, Mel. Okay, while waiting for Mel, I'm going to quickly go to Andrew. She's there. Woof. That was close, Mel. Right. Guys, just something for everybody, you know, there's a joy. We're allowed to, we had a conversation recently and it was like, is suffering the only way of learning? Do we only learn through suffering? No, we don't. We are approaching a moment where we can learn through joy. I personally don't believe in learning full stop. I believe in knowing. And when we attain that sense of knowing, there is no more learning. So, and I really believe humanity and all of us are going to the point of knowing, which is going to take us beyond learning. And in that is joy and laughter, etc., etc. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Mel Wellens. Hi, Mel. Lovely to have you with us. Let's have a look. Are you wearing glasses? It looks like you are. Anyway, it's good because I've got somebody looking. Oh, I've got a grandmother, Mel. Okay, one of your grandmothers has just come in. She's going, oh, Colin, I love her so much. Okay, and she's beaming. She's just absolutely beaming. Okay, she's talking about a book, Mel, what you potentially might be reading or your favorite book. And she's gone, she knows she's got it. She'll know which one I'm on about, Colin. Okay, and there's somebody, either yourself or somebody around you, really loves books or did love books. Okay, because I can see all these books, you know, the usual bookshelf or wherever they are, but I can see all these books. Right. Now then, if somebody wants to take me on a journey somewhere into somebody's home, Mel, I don't want to be too personal, but they've taken me through, they've just taken me through somebody's front door. Okay. And that front door got changed, the colour changed over the years, because first off I definitely see the green, and then I saw red later. Okay, could be two different doors, doesn't matter. But I'm going through this particular door, and as I'm walking in the door, there's some stairs on my left, as I walk into the hallway. Okay, right. Now I'm not going up the stairs, but they're sending my mind up the stairs into one of those rooms. And I've got to the top of the stairs and I've spun right. And as I've spun right, just slightly, 1-2 steps, there's a door on the left and I'm in somebody's room. Okay, and as I walk in that room on the left, I'm looking at a unit and they're showing me through my mind's eye that on that very top drawer, not any other drawer, on the very top drawer, in that drawer is where there was an item, there was jewelry box like classic years ago, but in this particular, and I've opened that jewelry box or opened some kind of ring box, and I'm seeing jewelry with a red, like ruby stone, but I want to say red stone. Would you understand this, Mel? Would you understand this house and who had that item of jewelry in that exact spot? Because they've just taken me straight up there on that journey to it. Okay. I'm going to keep going because whoever's shown me that is here around you. And I know it's connected to one of your grandparents, Mel. Okay. This is going to sound crazy. Why have I got the smell of fish? As if I'm on the coast, or somebody used to have fish on a Friday, like religiously. Somebody really likes fish or fish and chips, okay, and it goes back in the family for a long time. Does this make sense to you, Mel? Oh, I can just see the fingers typing away. It's all right, just answer when you're ready. Okay. Doesn't matter. That person is here, Mel, okay? Classic. I want the dentist appointment. My eyes are playing me up. I'm hard of hearing. I've got all these various conditions. I feel like somebody had a very strong condition with the legs, and yet she's a walking stick years ago. I don't even know whether at one point previously, because I'm seeing a scene and they're taking me into a war zone. If this isn't for you, Mel, this part, Ruby Stone is across, that was my head. That's the one. Thank you so much, Mel. Because I also want to go back. I'm seeing the scene as if I'm in the Second World War and I've lost, there's been an explosion, a bomb has exploded, and I've either lost one of my legs or been severely damaged on one of my legs as a memory. And that story was repeated and told about down in the family. Okay. That gentleman is here. Okay. I'm seeing the scenes of London where the bombing would have taken place. So I know somebody may have been a policeman or whatever, like a night watchman somewhere during the war. That person is coming through. Now though, and the question is, she's saying, Colin, the question is, where am I going in life? And Spirit is saying, you're going where you're meant to go. So just keep going. Okay. And keep it simple, because I've got beautiful souls here and saying, Mel, with respect, sometimes you overcomplicate things with this, like a lot of people do. But in this case, thinking, okay? And they're going, just keep going and just empty your mind. Okay, Mel? These are absolutely beautiful souls. So please take all their love, okay? The physical conditions, what's around somebody on the airplane, Spirit are very much aware of that, okay? Especially in the stomach lower area. There's a lot of healing being brought for that, Mel, wherever that belongs to, okay? And I know there's different souls on the other side where you would love to hear from, but I can tell you honestly, what I'm seeing in the scene behind me in the spirit world is they're all standing there waving and smiling. Okay, so all the ones you have in your thoughts are acknowledging you. Okay, and somebody's put a praying hands together for you, and everything you do. You're such a kind soul, Mel. Absolutely. And I've got to finish with that. I've got 3 minutes left. Right then, let's have a look. One spotted out. I'm so sorry I can't get to so many more people. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, so I just want to say quick, Lisa. Let's go to Lisa. She jumped out. Avril Deegan. Oh, somebody's calling. Say hello to Avril. Okay. Just quickly before I go to Lisa, because I can finish quick. Avril, I want to say to you, there's a child in spirit. Okay. I've just very fast, very quickly got a child in spirit. I don't want to say they've grown up in spirit, because they don't grow like we grow, okay? But they've expanded and evolved, and they're light. They're telling me, as other people are coming around very quickly, Avril, they're telling me there's conversations about previous or past lifetime things going on, okay? So I believe you've been talking or discussing about past lives. And they're saying, acknowledge your past life, look at some of the aspects which you may have, but try not to hold them too much, okay? Because we can call on our previous lifetimes in any moment, or the aspects of who we are as multidimensional beings. That's what I've got. Just for Lisa, I've got gentleman waving to you, Lisa. Looks like he's got a mustache as well. Again, just keep going forward, okay? And it's like spirit are holding your heart, Lisa. Okay, because I've just seen somebody's hand and it's just got under your heart, and they're just kind of lifting it up underneath and holding it. Okay, that's so special, that one. That's exceptionally special. I don't think I've ever seen that all the years I've been doing this. Lots of love. And I think I'm going to get called to time. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Guys, thank you for joining us. It's been absolutely beautiful. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you and be here in front of you and share spirit with you. Thanks to spirit, obviously, clearly. Yeah, so we've got more readings coming up. So please, lots of love. Guys, the world is changing. Stay light, become still, keep close to spirit and your loved ones, and you won't go wrong. And I'm so sorry I couldn't get through a lot more, talk to a lot more of you. So thank you to Veronica and Stacey. If you want to find anything else, Menorca Consciousness Group, we've got lots of stuff on groups, courses, mediumship, you know, blah, blah, blah. So, and A to Z, blah, blah. Oh, and Veronica, check out Veronica Jenkins' books as well. Thank you, Veronica and Stacey. Thank you, everybody. And most of all, thanks to Spirit for the love.